Hey everyone. Today, we're diving deep into the world of valuable Australian 50-cent coins. If you got a pile of change sitting around, you might be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. Let's get straight to the real treasure hunter's dream, the most valuable and rare 50-cent coins. If you're into coin collecting, or even if you're just someone who likes to know when they're holding something special, this is for you. One of the biggest standouts is the 2000 Incuse Millennium 50-cent coin. Now, what makes this coin so special? Unlike the standard version, this one has a deeply engraved design, a small but crucial difference that sets it apart. Most people wouldn't even notice unless they knew what to look for, but collectors, they're all over this one. If you got one of these in pristine condition, it could fetch hundreds of dollars in the collector's market. Even a circulated one can still get you $50 to $100. So, next time you spot a Millennium coin, check if the design is pressed deeper into the metal, because that's your golden ticket. But that's not all. There are misprinted coins floating around out there, and these errors can turn a common coin into a serious payday. Double strikes, off-center prints, missing details. These small mistakes mean big money for collectors. Some of these misprinted 50-cent coins have sold for well over $500 just because of a tiny minting error. It sounds crazy, but these slip-ups make a coin incredibly rare, and collectors love that kind of stuff. Imagine finding one of these in your spare change. It's like winning the lottery without even trying. And let's not forget the 1966 round 50-cent coin. This was Australia's original 50-cent piece, but it was pulled from circulation because it contained 80% silver. That means even if it's not considered rare, its value is constantly climbing due to silver prices. Right now, these coins are worth $10 to $20 just for their silver content, and if you got one in top-notch condition, it could sell for over $50. Some people have even started hoarding them, betting that silver prices will keep rising, making these coins even more valuable over time. But wait! There's more. Certain commemorative editions have become highly sought after, and their value has skyrocketed. Take the 1977 silver Jubilee coin, for example, released to celebrate Queen Elizabeth II's 25-year reign. This coin has become a must-have for collectors. In excellent condition, it often sells for $30 to $50, and if you're lucky enough to find one with a minting error, the price could go way higher. Another sought-after edition is the 2016 decimal currency anniversary coin, marking 50 years since Australia switched to the decimal system. Some of these coins have rare variations, making them extremely valuable to collectors. And here's where things get really interesting: low mintage coins. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is everything. The fewer coins produced, the higher the demand. Some of the Australian 50-cent coins were minted in smaller numbers, making them super rare. For example, the 1985 50-cent coin had one of the lowest mintage figures, and because so few were made, collectors will pay a premium to get their hands on one. If you ever find one, hold on to it. It's worth way more than just face value. Now, let's talk about an even more intriguing side of these coins: historical significance. Every time Australia releases a new design, it reflects a major cultural or historical event. The 2001 Federation Series, for example, featured different designs for each Australian state and territory. If you got a complete set of these, their value is much greater as a collection rather than individual coins. Some of the rarer state editions can be worth $20 to $50 each, depending on condition. And let's not overlook the importance of coin grading. If you're serious about selling or collecting, knowing how to grade a coin properly can make a huge difference. Coins in mint state, MS66 or higher, can sell for multiple times their regular price. Even minor details like scratches, wear, or toning can impact a coin's value significantly. So, before you cash in, get your coins properly evaluated. It might surprise you how much they're actually worth. The Australian 50-cent coin is full of surprises. Beyond its face value, it holds historical and numismatic significance that collectors find irresistible. From the 2019 50th anniversary edition to the rarest errors, each coin has a story. Some have intricate details that symbolize key moments in Australian history, while others have become scarce due to circulation trends. Let's talk about another fascinating coin, The 2010 upset 50-cent coin. If you take a regular 50-cent piece and flip it over, both sides should be perfectly aligned. But with the upset variety, the obverse and reverse are slightly misaligned, making a collector's dream. This tiny detail can skyrocket its value to over $200, depending on the condition. Then we have the 2019 Jody Clark effigy 50-cent coin, which was one of the first coins to feature a new portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Because it was issued in limited numbers before the Queen's passing, collectors now view it as a significant piece of history. In high-grade condition, it can fetch more than $50. Another aspect that adds value is coin sets. The Royal Australian Mint frequently releases proof sets and special mint sets that include 50-cent coins with unique finishes. These sets are highly sought after, especially if they remain in their original packaging with certificates of authenticity. Some limited edition sets sell for hundreds of dollars, especially if they contain error coins or special strikes. One often overlooked factor is metal composition. While most people focus on design variations, changes in metal content can make a huge difference in a coin's value. For example, the 1966 round 50-cent coin remains valuable because of its silver content. In the future, if metal prices rise, we may see more standard coins gaining unexpected value. Even modern coins can become valuable over time due to changes in circulation. Coins that seem common today might disappear from everyday use, making them rarer in the future. That's why collectors recommend holding on to pristine examples of newer releases, because you never know which ones will become valuable decades later. So, before you spend your 50-cent coins, take a second to check them carefully. There are hidden treasures out there, and you never know when you'll come across one that's worth way more than just pocket change. Let's move on to the next segment, where we'll explore some mind-blowing facts about this coin that even collectors don't talk about often. Stay tuned. Continuing our deep dive into the world of valuable Australian 50-cent coins, let's explore even more hidden gems that could be lurking in your pocket change. One of the most fascinating aspects of these coins is their hidden errors. Tiny mistakes during production that can turn a regular coin into a collector's treasure. The 1972 double bar 50-cent coin is a great example. If you look closely behind the emu's head on the reverse side, you might see two small raised lines. This subtle error makes the coin significantly more valuable, with some fetching up to $150, depending on condition. The best part? Most people have no idea this variety even exists, making it a secret jackpot for those in the know. Another highly sought-after coin is the 1988 First Fleet Bicentenary 50-cent coin. This special edition was released to commemorate 200 years since the arrival of the First Fleet in Australia. While millions were minted, some rare variations and minting errors have made certain coins incredibly valuable. If you have one in uncirculated condition, it could be worth $20 to $50, and rare misprints can go for even more. Let's talk about proof coins. The Royal Australian Mint releases special proof editions of the 50-cent coin with sharper details and a mirror-like finish. These are not intended for circulation and are usually sold in collector sets. If you find a proof 50-cent coin in your change, you've hit the jackpot, depending on the year and rarity. Some of these can sell for hundreds of dollars, especially if they're in pristine condition. And then we have the highly underrated 2004 student-designed 50-cent coin. What makes this one special? It was designed by a school student as part of a national competition. Since it's a one-off design, collectors are willing to pay a premium for high-grade examples. A well-preserved coin can sell for $30 to $80, with some rare variations going even higher. Now, let's discuss how the market for rare 50-cent coins has been evolving. Coin values are constantly shifting, and some coins that were once overlooked are now becoming more valuable. The 2017 Mabo 50-cent coin, which commemorates the historic Mabo decision that recognized indigenous land rights, is gaining traction among collectors. With a relatively low mintage, its value is expected to rise over time. If you find one, keep it safe. It could become a sought-after piece in the near future. One coin that has caught collectors' attention is a 2006 military anniversary 50-cent coin. It was issued to honor Australia's military history, and while it was widely circulated, certain rare strikes and mint state versions have increased in value. Coins with perfect luster can fetch over $50, and error versions can sell for even more. Let's not forget about colorized and gold-plated editions. The Royal Australian Mint has occasionally released gold-plated and colored 50-cent coins in special collector sets. While these are not meant for circulation, they often become rare and valuable over time. If you ever come across one in a private sale or auction, it might be worth adding to your collection, as these can reach hundreds of dollars in resale value. Another interesting fact is how some 50-cent coins are disappearing from circulation. Over time, collectors and investors have been hoarding rare and valuable editions, making them even harder to find in everyday transactions. The 1991 Ram's Head 50-cent coin, for example, is already scarce in circulation because many were taken out of use by collectors early on. If you find one, it's worth holding on to, as its value is expected to climb. And here's something most people don't realize. Low-grade coins can still be valuable. Even if a coin is scratched, worn, or slightly damaged, it might still be worth more than face value, especially if it's rare. Some collectors buy lower-grade coins at a discount just to complete their collections, which means even your old, worn-out 50-cent coins could have hidden value. The Australian 50-cent coin has seen many design changes over the years, each reflecting a unique part of history.